Are you trying to scale your business using systems that were only meant to support your six-figure business? So here's the thing. I understand why you think that the systems you built to get to six figures are going to be the same systems that you're going to use to get you to seven figures and beyond. But today I'm breaking down why that is not true and why you need to do something different. So, hey there, I'm Salen. I am your fun business coach, and I help women entrepreneurs who are trying to scale their business, but they're stuck in the grow phase. This is where you are hustling 24/7, you are working 50 plus hours, you are feeling the effects of panic attacks, burnout, frustration, declining revenue. And you're like, what is going on? So today we're talking about why six-figure women entrepreneurs are stuck. Now, I'm going to give it to you straight right here. We've been programmed in business that a six-figure revenue business is the ultimate goal. Here's the thing. When I meet with most women entrepreneurs and we have our initial consult call, right? So we do our legacy business assessment call. I ask them how much money they would like to make. And most of them say something in the six-figure range for their business revenue. But here's the truth. Six-figure revenue businesses are most likely not going to allow you to live the business and life of your dreams. The cost of living today has gone up dramatically. We all know that, right? Everyone's talking about the cost of eggs and this and that and all of those different things. And so the first thing when I have a new client start, we do is I want to know what the vision is for what you want your life to look like, because that is the foundation. We then build a business that supports that. Once we have that vision, we dig into what revenue is required in order to sustain that. And what most women realize is the number that they have in their head is not the number that is the one that they truly need. But because when we start adding things up, I want to take a family trip every year. I want to be able to buy the outfits and the shoes and the accessories that I want. I want to be able to fund my kids' college. I want to be able to fund my retirement. I want to be able to do all of the things. They realize that a low six-figure business is not going to get them there. This is why you are stuck in the hustle hamster wheel, going around and around and around and around. Because what happens is you achieve that six figures, and then you say to yourself, this isn't enough. And you're like, oh my gosh, I worked so hard to get to this number, right? I've been in this grow phase for 3 to 5 years, and I'm here and I have six figures, and this is everything that I said I wanted. But unfortunately, due to world expenses, business expenses, all of those different kinds of things, the profit that you actually have to fund your dream lifestyle is not enough. And then what happens is you have to keep working more and harder and longer, and you're constantly going around and around and around, and you're chasing something. But we still don't know what that end goal is. Here's the thing. Your goal in 2025 should be to build a business of $1 million or more. Because when you hit $1 million, you can live comfortably if your business is set up and profitable, right? This is going to give you the actual profit to put in your pocket to fund your dream lifestyle. However, if you're thinking that you can fund your dream lifestyle on a 6-figure revenue business, there's not enough profit in that. What if your profit margin is only 10% in a 6-figure business? You cannot live on $10,000, right? This is why you constantly feel like you're struggling to pay your bills. I help women take their 6-figure business, integrate 4 core pillars into it to prep them to get out of the grow phase forever and get into the scale phase where they can hit $1 million and beyond. So let's talk about what is required in order to get out of that grow phase. So the first mistake that I made was I thought that I had systems in place, right? And I did, but they were surface level, not well thought out, and my team was not using them. I was just working with a client the other day, and she said to me, wow, I dove into my systems and I realized they're not well thought out, they're inefficient, and my team is not using them. So on the surface, she thinks that she has systems in her multi-6-figure business, and she wonders why she's stressed out, why her team is asking her questions every day, all of these different things. And the problem is she's stressed and she's having to deal with all of these things because her systems are inefficient. So if you have a system, I can almost probably guarantee, based on all the women I've worked with and talked with, that, to be honest, they're probably crap. They're inefficient, they're not being used, or they're not well thought out, period. The second mistake that I see women entrepreneurs making in order to get out of the grow phase, right? That's where you're in like that 6-figure hustle and get into the scale phase to prepare your business for $1 million and beyond, is adding more team members. Again, same issues as systems. If you don't have the systems in place for a new team member to come on and utilize them, then it doesn't matter who you hire. You can literally hire the top expert in this one task, and they're going to struggle because they know how to do a job, but they don't know how to do it in your business, right? Think about like the top graphic designer. They might be number one at designing logos, but if they don't have your system on how your business runs, they're not going to have like your brand colors, your business vision. They're not going to know like your fonts, like all of those kinds of things. So they're going to deliver you a logo, but it's not going to feel aligned or resonate with you because you did not give them what they need to be number one in your business. Okay. So the other mistake that I see is that women entrepreneurs don't understand that there are 4 key pillars in every business. I don't care what kind of business you have, online, in person, brick and mortar, product-based, service-based, I don't care. But every single business has these 4 key pillars. These are the 4 key pillars that I teach my clients in order to prepare their business to scale. We spend 90 days getting these dialed in so that way your business is running without you in the daily operations. So you have the room to plan that vision to get to $1 million. You have the room to hire the best people to help you get there. You have the room to actually think about what it is that I want and how can I make this business perform in order to get there. See, six-figure entrepreneurs stuck in the grow phase, they're just in that hamster wheel, right? Going around and around and around and around and around. And they don't realize that if you don't make room to breathe and think and rest, then you're going to constantly spin on that hamster wheel. That's why hamsters eventually almost can kill themselves, because they just keep going around and around and around, or they get flung off and they die. So you want a business that is prepared with these four core pillars in order to scale. If you don't have them, and I can probably guarantee that you don't, right? Because out of all the women that I talk to and work with, not one has had them dialed in. They might have them surface level. Like they might be like, yeah, I have systems and I have some help, but it's surface level. And they don't have what they truly need in order to scale to $1 million and beyond. That is what we do together. I work with you week by week by week. We follow my 12-week course step by step by step. We get on 10-minute power sessions every single week. I want you to tell me where you are, what you're stuck on, and then we get quick feedback to move on. We work on high-level brainstorming to get you to that next level. We readjust any team that you have, we reorganize, we get the pieces in place. We get your technology working for you so that way you can spend your time doing other things and you're not stuck in the manual work. And ultimately, at the end of 90 days, you have a business that is fully ready to scale to $1 million and beyond. If you don't have this, you will just work harder to hit $1 million and be like I was, and you'll get there and you won't even have the time, energy, or money to celebrate because you're going to be so burnt out that it's just going to be like, oh, great, right? And your profit margins might not even be that great because you don't have those things in place. So here's what I want to encourage you to do. If you are stuck in the grow phase, you're working 50 plus hours a week, you're hustling 7 days a week, your revenue is declining or stuck for 90 plus days, you're experiencing mental and physical issues like anxiety, depression, exhaustion, fatigue, panic attacks, can't sleep, all of those different kinds of things, I want you to comment scale below. I'm going to send you the application to work with me, and I will get you into one of my coaching programs depending upon where you are in your business. There's multiple levels at multiple price points, and depending upon where you are, we will get you plugged into the system. And in 90 days, I want you to think about this: May, June, July, come August, you will have a business that's fully functioning and ready to scale to $1 million and beyond. If you do not do this today, when will you do it? When will you say enough is enough and I am no longer willing to take what I'm doing right now? So right now you have two choices. You can continue to do what you're doing right now, hustling 50 plus hour weeks, feeling the exhaustion set in, maybe lack of passion for your business, fatigue, panic attacks, lack of sleep, you've gained weight, right? Because you're so busy, you're eating like crap, all of those different kinds of things. You're just feeling scattered. Like there's no rhyme or reason to what you do every single day. You can stay there. That's choice number one. I stayed there for a long time until I drew a line in the sand and I chose option number two. And I figured out what every single business, and I'm talking every successful business has that my business didn't, 4 core foundational pillars. We will spend the next 90 days, 12 weeks. We meet every single week for 12 weeks in order to get you to a business that is functioning without you feeling scattered, exhausted, like you don't even know what to focus on today. Like you wake up and the list is so long and you're like, what do I even tackle first? Like, I don't even know. Let me just scroll on Instagram for 5 minutes. That turns into an hour because you're so scattered. Or going to bed at night and feeling like you worked so hard, but you don't feel productive, right? You can choose number 2, comment scale below. I'll send you the application. And if you're a woman in business and you are ready to scale and get your business actually making you money and funding the lifestyle that you dream of, today is your day. There is no more time to wait. Today is your day. Comment scale, I'll send you the application. We'll get you plugged into one of my coaching programs where you have the support you need to get through the next 90 days to scale your business. This is a no-brainer offer because you're going to get a call with me regardless, where we're going to spend 30 minutes and we're going to plan out what you want and how to get there. I want to thank you so much for your time today. If you have any questions, pop them below. If you're like, I am done, like so done with, feeling those problems and pain points and frustrations and challenges every single day, comment scale. I got you. We'll do this together. Have a great day.